and you will slaughter zevach shlomim Hashem. This has to do with pigul. You should do it, bring it with a willingness, meaning with the right intention. On the day that you slaughter it, it should be eaten, and the next day. Shlomim is eaten 2 days and a night. Right? So it's the day, mochros, and the next day. What's left over the third day has to be burnt by fire. So Rashi, based on the Gemara, that the Kohen, whoever does the shchita, even a non-Kohen can do the shchita, he has to have in mind that it will be eaten during its proper time. If this pasuk comes tells the period of time that it's permitted to be eaten, Harei Kfar Nemar says in the previous parsha, tells us already it's 2 days and a night. That if you have this improper thought, it's not acceptable. Okay. Right? Pigul could manifest itself one of two ways. Right? He has in mind it will be eaten, or the avodah won't be done in its time, or it will not be in its proper location. Chutz l'zmano, the liability is kores. Chutz l'mkomo, it's possible, but the liability is not kores. Okay? No has to be burnt. Well, it retains its kedusha. Once it becomes nose, it still retains kedusha. Has no value. It has to be burnt. Has no value. It retains. If it wouldn't have kedusha, you just throw it away like anything else. So it has. It retains its kedusha to be burnt. I mean, there's an Orach Chaim HaKodesh over. We'll see. Howard, he marked it up already. Okay. Okay. No. It's a mitzvah. Mitzvah saseh. It's a mitzvah to burn noser. Mitzvah saseh. More calls it lavanitik leasei. You steal. If you steal, there's a mitzvah to return. Right? You're not supposed to steal, but if you steal, Torah wants you to return it. If you leave over, Torah says burn it. It's the exact same thing. Exactly. The Gemara says lavanitik leasei. The reason why you don't get malchus is because the aseh is a correction. The burning is a correction on the leaving it over. No, what do you mean? Every lavanitik. You take the mother bird, and then you send it away. You violated the los aseh, then you send it away. That's shalech to shalach. That's the correction. Okay, let's see Rashi over here. Yom zevchachem yochel kishezbchu tishchu al manas l'ochlo. Bizman zishkvat lochem zayin. V'im he'ochel yochel b'yam hashlishi. Meaning, what happens if he had in mind that it should be eaten on the third day? Pigul hu lo yirotze. It's pigul. It's not accepted. Rashi. V'im yochel yochel im eino inyan l'chutz lizmano. Shekvar nemar v'im yochel yochel m'sazever shlom if they lean chutz l'mkomo. Yochel yuchayim kores al chiloso. Maybe as chutz lizmano, one is liable for kores if you eat it. You're liable for kores if you eat chutz l'mkomo. Tablo ma'anev shocheles mimenu avonotisa, from it. Mimenu v'lo b'chavero yotza nishum machshev chutz l'mkomo, that there's no liability of kores. Pigul. What's pigul? What's the metu of? It's something which is abominated. Kamo morak umerak pegulim kleim. Okay, so over here, next one. V'ochlav avona yiso. The one who eats this will carry the sin. Ki es kodesh Hashem chilel, because he desecrated the kodesh Hashem. V'nichros hanefshi me'amel. and the nefesh will be cut off from its people. So over here, he goes to explain. Let's just next Rashi. Noser gomer akosim. Here we're talking about regular noser, we're not talking about people. Person needs noser, the liability is koris. Noser gomer akosim dav ve'ino onish koris al nishchet chutz l'mkamo. Not speaking about what was slaughtered with the improper intent to be eaten out of its location. Shvamiyato. No. Well, it's not chulin. What's chulin? It's kachim psulim. Kachim psul, which carries. Okay, now, so here he says, he goes to explain why should there be such a serious liability feeding kachim that are invalidated, right? Nosa originally was something which was viable. Now the time expires, it becomes posel, and the liability is so serious. Pigul, where the Kohen had in mind to slaughter it, to eat it out of its time, we say it has the liability of what? Koris. Eat pork. Eat nevela. It's love. It's malchus. Why is this more severe? That's his question. Da. So he goes to explain. Kiminatam atzmu shomri Yisrael metami ba'oil. Vein akum metam ba'oil. Right? It's machlokes. A non-Jew, a corpse of a non-Jew, when you're in the same room, under the same roof with it, with the corpse, are you contaminated or not? So, according to one opinion, if it's a Jew, you metamim. If it's a non-Jew, you're not metamim. Such Yisrael he bechinas hakadusha. The Jew himself exists within the classification of kedusha. Ulezek shemistalekes b'mina kedusha. There's it. Is the Yisod, he says. He says it in Chukas. V'kol haklipos miskapsim yachlo b'im olov. He says like this. He says over there, he gives an example. He says if you have a bucket of nectar, this is right up your line, a bucket of nectar or honey, and you empty it, what does it attract? Attracts all kinds of insects, all types of rodents. What about if you have a bucket of manure and you empty it? How many it attracts to a lesser degree? The nectar the honey attracts is much more attractive because it nourishes. The other attracts much less. So he says, what is the body? The body is the receptacle for the neshama. Even after the neshama departs from the body, it's like a perfume bottle. There's always a residue of the perfume, of the scent of the perfume, the fragrance which is left. So the neshama of a Jew, which is an exalted level, so there's always a residue of that kedusha which is left in the body. Therefore, the only reason why the nether forces cannot come upon the body is because of the intensity of the kedusha of the neshama. The moment the neshama leaves the body, that kedusha, everything in existence, even something which is tamei, has to be nourished with kedusha, because God sustains everything. Therefore, immediately, an overwhelming level of these nether forces attach themselves to the body, and that's the reason why the Jew, the intensity of the tumah is so great. You don't even have to touch the body. Even if you're under the same roof, you're already contaminated. The body of the goy, it's the receptacle for a neshama, which is a much lesser dimension. So therefore, what's left, the kedusha, it's not the same qualitative kedusha, or it's not the same dimension or amount of kedusha. Therefore, the level of nether force that attach themselves is not the same. When there's the vacuum, it doesn't come. Therefore, the intensity of the tumah is what? Only if you come in contact, not if you're under the same roof. That's how the Orach Chaim explains it over there. So he's saying the same thing over here. Kochim mizbeach. Consecrated something mizbeach. This is the ultimate kedusha. It's brought to Hashem. Now it becomes invalidated. It's something that originally was kodosh, which was fit to fulfill the mitzvah and to bring about atonement, now it becomes invalidated. So that means the kedusha has been diminished. So when the kedusha leaves, so what was that meat? What did that meat possess? A very exalted level of kedusha. Now that the kedusha leaves it, what attaches itself to it? A greater degree of nether force for the same reason. Therefore, treifa, eat something which is treif, or something which wasn't ritually slaughtered, or pork, or whatever it is, has no relevance to kedusha. It never started off with kedusha. As a result of that, it's not permitted. The liability is lav. But over here, because of what originally was, and now you have the vacuum, you have the void, Therefore, that intensity of impurity, that's the reason why the liability is greater, it's Koris. This is the way he explains it. This is the most exalted level of Kedusha. When the expiration time comes, the Kedusha leaves the meat. V'shoralov tuma gedola. And as a result of that, what comes upon it? This intensified level of tuma. Asher kareses nefsho chloso. It just destroys. The impurity is so intense, it just destroys the neshama of the Jew. It doesn't have that level of intensity to destroy the neshama. Therefore, it's enough. The person should have kapora, should be atoned with malchus. One doesn't have to have koris. That's the Orach Chaim HaKodesh. Something which was a korban, fit to eat, and then it passed the expiration time. What we call no, sir. It's leftover. Leftovers. What are you talking about? It's leftover. It's left. If you lose a diamond that's worth an infinite amount of money, is it called a lost item? It's lost. What do you mean it's lost? It is lost. Finished. What? If you're a chassid. There's a famous story of Aaron Kotler. Aaron Kotler was in Eretz Yisrael in the early 50s. I think it was the Satmar Rebbe. Satmar Rebbe was in Israel for a short period of time. So he had a tish in Yerushalayim. So they gave out shirayim. You know, shirayim was Howard. Shirayim. So they gave out, I think it was herring or schmaltz herring. They gave it out with their hands. So Reb Aaron, the Satmar Rebbe knew who Reb Aaron was, even though then he was young. It was the early 50s. So he says, even though Reb Aaron was a Misnagid Lithuanian, he wasn't chassid, he had no relevance to the whole parsha. So the Rebbe says to pass it down to Reb Aaron Kotler. They pass it from hand to hand, you know, to everybody. So Reb Aaron wouldn't touch it. He wouldn't touch it. So the Rebbe says, you will never be a chassid. He says, I know, I will never be a chassid. Instead. Okay. Yeah. It's whenever there's a vacuum, that originally had Kedusha. No, not potential. It had the Kedusha, and the Kedusha was lost. The other way. What replaces it? What replaces it is a greater level of impurity. That's the reason why a Jew needs a shomer when he dies. For that reason. Right? Because when the shomer leaves, there's this intensity of these forces that attack the body. Because of the body is what was the receptacle for the neshama. So you need a shomer to watch over the person, to ward off all these forces. The shomer being there, it affects it. Not only tiller, whatever it is. A Jew being with the body, a living Jew being with the body, it prevents it, it protects the body from it. It's all Kabbalah. It's Gemara. Gemara says a mess needs a shomer. It leaves the body immediately. It hovers over the body. No, it does not three. No, once it's interred, the body it even goes up. I mean, it comes back and forth for a year, the Gemara says in Shabbos. But the detachment's immediate. It hovers over the body, but it's not in the body any longer. The body contaminates. I mean, so the halach is if a person dies and there's a Kohen in the room, the Kohen has to leave immediately. He's not permitted to remain there. I mean, if the Shem's still in the body, what does he have to leave? Or a person's still basically alive. No, the neshama leaves immediately, leaves the body. No kedusha, no kedusha. No, the body. No, because the body was the receptacle. No, but No, there is an attachment.